I'm about to set a world record for quickest complaining. Whose idea was it to put an Alex Pereira fight card on the day of spring forward, whatever you call it? I don't know if there's a real name for it. I thought I was crazy. I woke up at 3 a.m. like a fucking alien. It was supposed to be like 1:45, 2 o'clock. What the fuck? We're all staying up late to watch this card. Terrible timing. Whoever's idea that was, fuck you. I was almost late for work today. Anyway, UFC 313 came and went. It was aight. Shout out Jalen Turner for ruining my parlay and retiring in the same night. Bro knew I was coming for him. Y'all see it. 0 for 12 on takedowns and you still win the belt. I've always been told that you got to beat the guy to be the guy. You've got to beat the champion definitively. And I mean, I had Magomed winning that fight. Don't get me wrong. I had it probably 3-2, but like not a very confident 3-2. It was 3-2, but it's like obvious Magomed's winning the rounds. He won. He's the only one that got a very significant strike really through the whole fight. He stunned Alex in the second. Alex kept doing a lot of setups. He looked fine. A lot of leg kicks. I didn't really see the jab as much as I wanted to because he just kept trying to set up leg kick, head kick, and I just think I wanted to see more activity from him. But he did good on takedown defense. Like y'all said, 0 for 12. I saw like 0 for 15 in some places. 0 for 13 is what I thought it was. So still, I was one off. Fuck you. I don't remember Alex even going for a takedown. 0 for 1. But I do remember at the end of the second round, I believe, maybe third. I don't really remember. But Alex got a trip. It was the only real takedown of the whole fight. Which didn't count because it was, I don't know. Regardless, I agree with the decision that Magomed won the fight. But in terms of like, I don't remember if it's Dana White or Joe Rogan, but one of them's always like, you really got to beat the guy. You really, really got to prove to everyone that you're better than the champion on that night. And like, he did, but it couldn't have been in a less convincing or less like approving manner. I really just don't. Not excited for this reign. On top of that, the fight just didn't really seem like what everyone was expecting. If Magomed was going to be wrestling the whole time, we expected it to just be successful. The fight was going to be over with. Alex would get ragdolled. We didn't see that. Alex was able to stay on his feet the whole time. I was going to say get up to his feet. He didn't even have to. It was really easy. I'm not going to say easy, but he was defending takedowns like nothing. It didn't really seem like a lot of work to him. He was able to do it all night. Seemed like he still had energy at the end of the fight. I would have liked to see him expend more of that. Regardless, we got what we got. Magomed Ankalaev is now the boring champion of the world, light heavyweight champion of the world. We're going to have to live with it for the next fucking decade because he's only going to fight once a year for that long. Look at the numbers here. Someone's going to be like, clearly Magomed got outstruck. No, bro. I mean, it's not how it works. Alex did essentially nothing this fight. Magomed's probably going to have like a pink leg for a couple of days, and then he's going to call it wraps. He's going to be fine. I do think we get the immediate rematch. If I had to match make these guys, I saw Yuri go after Magomed. Make them fight immediately. We saw Dana do that with Bilal. He doesn't like Bilal. He doesn't want Bilal as champion. He was throwing him right back into the octagon. Or no, he did with Leon. And he's trying to do it with Bilal. Bilal just won't fucking get in the octagon, which is a whole issue in itself. But make Magomed lose the belt. Just spam him with fighters, bro. Strip him and make an interim fighter. This is what Dana's looking for, I'm sure. He's been talking about trying to get Yuri, or maybe not he has, but I've already seen people matchmaking him with Yuri, which I guess is the best thing to do if you're not doing the immediate rematch. There's no one else. Yeah, I really just think we've got to get the belt off of this guy. I'm not in the business. I don't have fucking UFC stock. But this is just, no one wants this. Nobody wants this. Bedtime says that there's 5 Magomed Ankalaev fans, and 2 of them run his Twitter account. He doesn't even do it himself. He counts as one of his own fans. Not excited for the reign. What do we got? Like, I was going to say 3 Dagestan champions. We got like 4 Caucasus champions in the UFC right now. This getting fight of the night kind of pissed me off. So maybe I totally missed out on a phenomenal fight, and it was my fault. But all I kept fucking seeing was Gaethje was throwing his hands straight 90-degree elbows, give me some shit, leaning down and right. Because he was looking for that hook. You know, he always loves, We knew what he was looking for, those big looping shots, those big powerful Justin Gaethje hooks, but he was doing it constantly with the hands up a foot away from his face. How could Fiziev not throw one lead uppercut? Not the fucking uppercut that Gaethje throws, right in front of his own face. No, dude, the Gustafsson, the John Jones, one of those just long range lead hooks, dude. It would have clocked Gaethje so hard. Fiziev normally looks a lot better. He was coming off injury, coming off a long layaway, and it was short notice. So I can't really blame. And he's the lower ranked guy. He's not supposed to win the fight. So I get it. The fight of the night I feel like was a bit much. Like I said, maybe I missed a phenomenal fight because I was so stuck on the fact that Justin Gaethje's defense kind of sucked and Fiziev didn't do anything about it. When that's his whole thing, it's just tearing people apart on offensive striking. It just pissed me off. I don't know. I couldn't watch it and just not be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So shout out to them. Justin Gaethje's 14 for 14 on like his UFC career. He's got a bonus every time. He's got $950,000 through his UFC career just in bonuses. The fuck? That's insane. I feel like they probably should have gave it to some of the young guys. I don't remember if Ignacio Bahamondes got a performance bonus or not. Hopefully submission of the night. I hope he got something because that was clean. Fucking screaming right now. I don't know why. I'm killing myself. Regardless, fight of the night. Decision, pretty much what we saw in the first fight. Good rematch, though. Would have rather seen Dan Hooker 100%. I was super bummed that we did not get that. This ruined my parlay. If this would have hit, everything else would have been fine. I would have made like 5 beans off a $13 bet. It would have been crazy. Jalen Turner didn't even look like he wanted to fight. My friend group disagreed with me. They were like, nah, dude, he looked like super aggressive, looking quick. And like, yeah, it's because he's 6'2", 6'3" in the fucking lightweight division. Like, of course he's quick. He's super athletic. He's got a phenomenal frame for the division. But like, he looked sloppy to me. Like, and I totally get it, bro. I'm not even judging him. Jalen Turner, Tarantula is one of my favorite fighters in the division. You know, meme lord. I fucking love the guy. He shaved his head. I thought he was going to come in locked in, but he just wasn't. Especially when I saw Ignacio coming in, the aura was coming out of his skin, bro. You could see it fucking radiating off of him. Like, I was a little worried for Jalen, and then every bit of my worries came true, and he said he's going to hang him up. I saw a couple of people, like, not even reputable, just being like, he's not actually retiring. He, in the ring, decided that was a crazy idea and he's going to come back. But I think he's done. Like, I think he's actually done. He's not going to come back to the UFC. I think he's retired from MMA. He said he's been doing it for 12 years and it's hard. And it looks like he's dealing with something bigger than fighting. You know, this looks like it's something. He said he took time away after 300 for his mental health and just to get himself right. And he was still even like struggling to talk about it in the post-fight whenever he was getting personal interviews. And I just hope the dude's all right. Fuck my parlay. You know, as long as bro's all right, we're all going to be okay. Shout out to Jalen Turner. He was a ranked UFC fighter. That's a phenomenal career. You know how few people have ever accomplished that? Like, good shit for him. Good shit for Ignacio Bahamondes. He's absolutely been killing it. I remember he was on that same card with Daniel Zellhuber, the Ribovic fight. That was ridiculous. Pretty sure that was the Sphere. But all three of those guys are going to be fucking phenomenal young prospects that are going to take Jalen Turner's spot, I guess. But I really hope bro enjoys his retirement or finds what it is he's looking for. I hope he can get through all of his battles. Wish nothing but the best for these tough individuals. Going down, I had this in the bag, bro. She was the underdog. What are you talking about? I get there was a big age gap. Maybe people are like, Lemos is totally washed. Lemos is just fundamentally sound as fuck. Is she really bad off of her back? Yeah. But honestly, she looked fine in this fight. Was she totally grabbing the cage with her feet? Is that illegal? 100%. She was cheating. The ref let her get away with it. That's not her problem. What is she supposed to do about that? Stop? No, fuck no. Fight went pretty much exactly how I predicted. Lucinda looked goofy. I think she'll be fine. She's, 15 years younger than Amanda Lemos? She's got time. Clearly, the division's not super duper deep. Like, you get 2 wins, you're right back there at a title shot. I think Lemos is right here at a title shot. Unfortunately for her, the champions are just... Kayla Harrison isn't even a champion, but I mean, I know that's bantamweight too, but like the top 2 or 3 women, probably the top 2 women in every division are just better than everyone else. And it's just like, unfortunate. You're getting that title opportunity. You're getting a title shot, but you're not getting an opportunity at that belt. You feel me? Like, good fight all around. Hit on my parlay. I knew how this was going to go. Locks. Moment of silence for King Green. This unfortunately did go exactly how I predicted. It just was a lot uglier. I had it under a round and a half. I had Roofy winning. I couldn't pick a money line because you can't double bet on the same fight. But I had this fight going under a round and a half and it did. But I didn't expect it to be like this. I thought it was going to be like a side kick, get him on the cage, hit him with that fucking right straight coming down. I thought it was going to be just a flurry, not murder. Not really a lot to talk about. We saw what we saw. My dog's huffing at me to get it going. That was hard to watch, but like I said, we saw it coming. Bobby fights with his hands at his hips, bro. I mean, it's bound to happen. And the fighting nerds have aura maxing abilities. Like, you can't even glaze these guys right now because everything you say is true. They're in like that LeBron, MJ fucking category where it's just anything you say, they could probably believe right now. I hate to see it happen to King. Bobby, I saw, what was it? Bedtime was like, I can't call another man King. That's his name, bro. Got to get used to it. I got to see this guy fight soon. Got to see Dan Hooker. Josh Van had this in the bag. I'm not going to lie. I had no idea who Ray Saruya was before this fight. And whenever I saw him warming up, they made him sound like a god. They're like, he's 10-0, 8 first-round finishes, 4 by knockout, 4 by submission, 2 dominant decisions. I'm like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? I was about to just cash out. I was like $2 up. Regardless, I held out with my boy, and he did me a solid. He had like 1 or 2 moments where he was scaring me. Josh Van dominated on the feet, dominated with volume and efficiency. You can't ask for more. Beat this guy up. I kind of like Ray Saruya, though. This was the first fight ever between 2 guys, both born in the 2000s. Isn't that crazy? The UFC is getting young. Looking back at it, Petrosian did way better than I remember him doing, like watching live. I did not expect this to be a submission. Got this right. I did think Bruno was going to get the W. It was really a good matchup, though, which is what I expected. Arman's not a pushover, bro. I get his record is definitely nothing to be, like, blown over by, but look at these fucking stats. Whenever you watch the Shara fight, not a lot to get a load of. But this guy's super athletic. He's got a good build for the division. I think cardio is his biggest thing. He gets a little bit tired, and then he tries to fight extra slow so that he can reserve that little bit of cardio he has for a long period. It doesn't work out for him. I think he's going to have to switch something up in camp, maybe even switch teams, switch camps, switch gyms, do something. Good fight all around. Saw some wicked power shots coming from Bruno. Didn't land any of them. Bruno with 2 ends always throws me off. Regardless, got pretty much exactly what we expected and not upset by it. I guarantee that Dominic Cruz is going to talk about this fight for the rest of his career. He smelled like booze and cigarettes. I really didn't feel comfortable with him officiating my fight that night. Dude, fuck, he's 135 pounds. I can't do that voice. Tiny man voice. Regardless, Keith Peterson was letting a man die in front of him. An old man die in front of him for no reason at all. Prelim card, just letting him, knees to the body, elbows to the face, looping, straight shot, ridiculous, beating the shit out of him for like a minute straight. The fight shouldn't have gone. He was trying to let him get through the round, I guess. There's 45 more seconds. He was fucking dead a minute ago. Keith Peterson might got to get fired, bro. Dominic Cruz might have been right all the time ago. Robbery. I ain't even going to say nothing about it. Fireman won that fight. I'm sorry. That's all I need to say.